Hey guys, this is DFD, aka Dark Frozen Death, back with another Kamihime project video. Now, before I even get into this is the first thing I wanted to say because I've been kind of saying it in a few other things. I will indeed be doing a live stream, but it is not of Kamihime project. It will be of Kingdom Hearts 3. It is going to be a semi-blind playthrough because I kind of know some of the stuff that goes on in there. But believe it or not, I've not ever finished Kingdom Hearts 3. But it will be on Saturday. It will be 8 p.m. Eastern time, because that's my time zone. So, that said, make sure you know when that is and whatever. I'm still learning a little bit of the stuff with the YouTube mechanics, so I'll probably try to, give it a notification in advance or whatever. But I'll also have a test live stream sometime before then. It's within today or tomorrow. But that's not going to be a Kingdom Hearts, so it will just be a quick little test live stream if anybody wants to jump in and happen to see it. But I will be playing Kingdom Hearts 3 off my PlayStation 4, so there's that. And it will be for 2 hours. And I do believe I'm still going to go through on it on critical mode. I'm just going to restart from the beginning, so because I'm not new to the Kingdom Hearts series, it's just that kind of wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. But yeah, don't mind spoilers or whatever either, so there's that as well. But, again, this Saturday, so I'm giving people a few days notice in advance. So, the 17th, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, for 2 hours. But anyways, on to the main thing with this video. There's been some updates. As you can see, there's a rematch against Kraken. My opinion, you may want to have a copy of her because she can blind enemies, which may help you out with some of the firefights in the game. I know there's a few that actually did a whole bunch of normal attacks, one of which being the malicious fight. So she can kind of help you out there if you happen to use her. But the main thing is the fact that you see these two on the side, Boreas and Freja. These guys are permanent, so you don't have to pull on them. However, if you have, they're still pretty good characters to get. It's just the fact that these are the last two known permanent characters that I've seen on the list of Kamihime that's coming up, and I mean throughout the entire next year. So, given that there's multiple limited characters, there's 4 collaboration characters, the characters from the corrupted Kamihime banner, which has stuff to do with Storyline Part 2, those guys are also pretty powerful, but they're also kind of hard to pull. I'd say they're second most priority because they're harder to get them limited, but they will come back, unlike collaboration characters. So, you may or may not want to pull on this banner at all, given that these new characters, they will be in the gacha even after this banner disappears, so there's that. What might be a good idea to pull on is this EX support gacha, because I did manage to get Fire Neftis from it, and then Bodis, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's also pretty good for this new cave that popped up. Then on top of that too, there's Agaria Rept. I don't know how to pronounce her name either, but she's also pretty decent for a little bit of debuffing and whatnot on fire. But there's that. There's a DX gacha too if anybody wants to try and go for that. But these can give you unreleased tickets, these DX gachas, so keep that in mind. So if you are trying to get some characters that you didn't get, it might be worth a shot. But again, remember to budget your jewels properly. I mean, I'm sitting on 15,000 right now, and I can still get a little bit more from the event. But then on top of that too, keep on top of some of this stuff as well on this tab, because you don't necessarily have to do the luck gacha, but sometimes we do get some of these little things where you can get these different tickets and all that, depending on what you pull, so remember that. Plus, there's a lot of cases for tickets. But stuff that's been added into the game, we have a new epic quest. I do believe it's this one right here. I've already gone through with it. It says the girl on the moon and the 2 fallen angels. Because there's a new epic quest, there's also a new permanent heroic fight as well, so you can go and do that if you want. But the main thing with these is the fact that each of these epic quests, I think, gives you around 500 magic jewels, maybe more, maybe less, I'm not sure. But then on top of that, they also give you 2 gacha tickets to pull as well, 2 permanent ones. You can get either 1 orbs, you can get weapons and all that. Anybody that's trying to still build up to what I would say is a mid-level grid, here you go. Because the mid-level grids are the ones that have the 4-star weapons, but not 5-star. So that's why I call it mid-level grid. It'd be like the stuff from Epic Quest, the stuff from raids. Well, the lower raids anyway, like Guardian and below. But yeah, there's that. Of course, I mentioned the event. What's also here now is this new brick cave, which I've already done. It is wind, so that means you want to use fire. If you can't use fire, try to use the best you can. I've seen people clear without elemental advantage. I've seen somebody did water, somebody did thunder, somebody did dark. I've done light. And it's more amazing with thunder because they have a disadvantage. But this cave, burst oriented, it is going to kill off one of your characters at the start of the fight. You cannot do anything about that. The trick with that is the fact that it is a 1-turn doom that will hit 1 random character. You can't block it, you can't cleanse it. However, Kamihime can take the doom. So what I personally did, I don't know if my party's still on screen, but yeah, this. What I personally did, I took Awakened Isis. She is in one of the miracle tickets for the first 3 years of the game. I took her, made her do the cover ability, because she has that on her first skill. And I also applied some vigor too, just because she's right there. But I did that, made her take the hit, she dies, and gives me a free super pod, which will stack with another super pod Hime like I got right here, Apollo. So that gave me 2 super potions throughout the fight. I only needed 1 though. So that said, you can actually do that. You won't have to worry about the doom. Make sure whoever you want to come in to replace her is next in line right here. That's why I got Artemis. But you can have her do that. Then you'll get a free super potion. Continue as normal. You only see that doom once. It is the first turn, and it will be random if you don't have a cover Hime, so keep that in mind. Midway throughout the fight, you will also end up taking an ability seal that will last 2 turns after they cast it. It says 3 turns really, but it's a turn already passes 1 the time they land it. So that said, make sure to be prepared for that ability seal. Me, I managed to brute force past it without even removing it. But you need to burst a lot because it's going to reduce the damage that the boss deals every 5 turns. Because you know, with those malicious caves, they have that trigger where they do it every 5 turns. It's going to deal damage based on whatever conditions are there. And you don't want to get smacked with like 5-digit damage if you don't have to. If you happen to full burst, it also gives you some nice little bonus effects too. I think it's like a burst damage plus. And then on top of that, it removes even more stacks off the boss. So you do want to burst as much as possible in that fight. So there you go. Another thing that has been added too. We have more Heavenly Awakenings. This time it is Amon and Amaterasu. The reason why Artemis isn't here for me though is because I've already cleared her stuff. Now, those of you that may have seen my Heavenly Awakening guide, I mentioned a long time ago that we will eventually get characters that can Heavenly Awakening that already had a normal awakening. You have to have the normal awakening before they can do the Heavenly. So for them, it's basically a second awakening. That said though, Amaterasu turns into a very powerful burst Hime as well. Some people may have enough materials in advance for her. The cave is open for a month anyways. Use her in that cave if you can. She is very good. Not to mention, I think she's one of the better looking ones anyways. But, like, she's doing bursts, she's buffing everybody else. She comes with final damage increase and a burst power increase for fire characters. She's made for that cave. So, if you happen to be able to do that, go for it. Now, the only other thing I can think of, too, is that, when it comes to some of the stuff that we gotten as well, like the recent events, we had, like, guild events and tower events and all that. you can claim your medals and all that type of stuff, but I cannot stress this enough. There's a lot of stuff in the game where it's probably more important to get these break limit sets, because I'm already sitting on 2 add-on break limit sets and all that right now. I managed to pull Chio by luck, but she's going to become a permanent addition to the add-on orb shop, and I'm saving up these add-on orb things for Raziel. So I'm saving up these break limits to get Raziel from the add-on orb shop. Now, the only exception to this rule might be this little, like, 10,000 metal break limit thing. You could probably ignore that. But you might want the Dragonic Eyes or whatnot, or maybe even the shards. Like, in my case, I'm tempted to take the shards right now because I'm pretty close to another versatility weapon, which these little bricks will come in handy for, because I still got to do tower, and that will give me my 3rd one. So, that's just a personal advice from me. In fact, I even go through the add-on orb shop and sometimes get the Dragonic shards from there. But just remember that when they do add Chio and Raziel to the shop, I do believe it's the next half anniversary. But when they do add them to the shop, there'll be 30,000 just like these guys. I'm trying to, like, stay around that area, so I haven't gotten everything there. And also, if anybody's ever thinking about getting these from the shop, do not. The accessories are not worth it from any of the shops except for the timepiece and the amulets. And even then, you can grind for the amulet. Do not ever trade for any accessories other than timepiece or amulet. So remember that. In fact, I'm still low on some of the materials, but yes, these you have to trade for. These are worth. But it is kind of random on what they're going to give you for some of the stuff. As for the other ones, these are also worth, but raids drop them. Those are the only accessories you should be trading for. But, anyways, that's all I wanted to say for that. I also don't know when there's going to be a Union event, but I know the next one should be, I do believe, Wind, or Wind Advantage. I'm not sure. But, that's something else to look forward to as well. But also, I forget exactly when, but remember there's a collaboration coming up. It's called, Ambitious Mission. And that's, I do believe, at the end of June or the start of July, I think. So you got, like, 1 month to try and save up magic jewels for that. I'm kind of doing that right now. Because there's one of the characters I want from there called Kaguya, who's very good for normal attacks on light. But there's other characters that might be good too. And I forgot which collaboration character it was, but there was a very good one for water if you wanted to happen to clear the Eve EX malicious fight. So there's that. But anyways, that's all for this. More will come soon. And reminder again, live stream for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's in 2 days. 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So there's that. And if you happen to see a test stream, it'll probably be a random game I'm playing off of my PlayStation 4. But you happen to see a test stream, that's going to happen within the next 2 days. So there's that as well. But that's going to happen before the Kingdom Hearts one. But that's all for now. More will come soon, and take care.